Some men are using romantic love to send women to early grave. Some men are actively going out there infecting women with STDs, STIs, and HIV. Let's talk about it. Hey fam, how you all doing? Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much. Thanks to Queen for bringing my attention to this topic. She sent me a video, but I couldn't use the exact video, so I decided to talk about it.
You are sexually active and you know that you have an STD, then you need to inform people of that. Because when you don't, and you infect that person, you are changing their life forever, and they are making a decision that they do not know. Like, this shit is going to change the rest of my life. And there's nothing I can do.
A lot of men out there are intentionally infecting women with diseases and infection. Women also do this, but on this channel we focus on what men do to women, not the other way around. I had to say this because I'm most likely to get people in the comment section tell me that, oh, women also do that. We are very much aware, but this channel is focused on what men are doing to women. So let's start off with stories we have in the news about men actively infecting women with diseases. An Italian man has been jailed for 24 years after intentionally infecting 30 women with HIV. Tallahassee man charged with infecting wife with HIV. The 36-year-old man faces charges for infecting his wife with the virus without informing her he had been positive since at least 2014. Court detains man who knowingly infected woman with HIV. I've been able to prove that some men out there are intentionally infecting women with disease, including married men. So married men are withholding that information, knowing fully well that they have this virus in them. They are refusing to tell their wife that they have it before getting married to them. So let's hear what women are saying about this.
The night I met the man who intentionally infected me with HIV, I hated myself. I was full of rage, resentment, confusion, so full of hurt there was no room for love. Even when I was told how loved I was, I never believed it. Why would anyone love a worthless, only good for her body, broken girl like me? God did, and I needed him, but there was too much stuff. Acquiring HIV emptied me. It forced the lid off my heart, allowing the pain to thrust out, till eventually there was space for something other than hate. Love made a home for itself in my heart, and little by little, it began evicting the tenants who no longer belonged in me. The night I met the man who intentionally infected me with HIV, I hated myself. Today, I'm full of love.
You are sexually active, and you know that you have an STD, then you need to inform people of that. Because when you don't, and you infect that person, you are changing their life forever, and they are making a decision that they do not know. Like, this shit is going to change the rest of my life. And there's nothing I can do. And I'm embarrassed. And I'm humiliated, and I feel so stupid. I feel so stupid for letting someone take advantage of me in a moment of weakness. But I did not consent to this. And I'm going to get justice for myself. Because there have been so many times in my life where I haven't. And this is not fair. And I refuse to let anybody else feel like this.
As a woman, it is your responsibility to always look after yourself. You should prioritize your health and your happiness. Don't wait for a man to do all that for you. Some women, once a man tells them that they love them, they lose their brain cells. No jokes. They forget to think about the things that they're supposed to think about in a relationship. They forget to acknowledge that humans have got some tendencies. Some people are deceptive. In relationship, you should expect betrayal. What would you say about a married woman that when she got married to this man, the man never told her that he had HIV? What would you even say about a man and a woman that got married? The man didn't have the virus. Along the line, he started cheating on her. Then he got her infected. He got the virus outside and infected her. And this woman was a faithful woman in the relationship. What would you say about that? Or what would you say about a woman that has refused to leave a relationship, all in the name of love? Knowing fully well that her husband is a serial cheat, has been heavily cheating on her, but because she claims that she loves this man, she's staying put in that relationship, and at the end of the day she got infected by that man. It's still the same love. Or you're staying with a man, you're taking his BS because you believe he loves you, because he deceived you, he brainwashed you with that word love. Please, let's don't fall for that.
I need your advice. I don't cheat, but my husband does, and I know. But I always have infection. If I ask him to go to the doctor with me, he refuses and claims not to know where I got infection from. Please, what can I do? We've been married for 7 years now.
Okay, so personally, I think you should pray for him. Yes, because there is nothing prayer cannot do.
Prayer?
Yes, and when you pray for him, he might just change. Yes, I think you should pray and keep praying till probably that infection kills you. Yes, because see, you said your husband of 7 years keep cheating on you.
Yeah.
He doesn't just cheat, he gives you infection. And he doesn't even claim responsibility for that, which means that he doesn't care about you, he doesn't respect you, which means that this man is after your life. And if you're not careful, you might actually contact a terminal disease. And when you die, this man will move on to that woman that is cheating on with.
Exactly.
So for me, this is what I think you should do.
Love is beyond someone saying I love you. If someone truly loves you, actions are supposed to tell. Let his actions speak for it. If someone loves you, they wouldn't put you in harm's way. They wouldn't infect you. They wouldn't cheat on you. They wouldn't hurt you. So those should be what we women should focus on. Focus on the actions, not them saying it, not them buying you gifts. No, how do they treat you? Are they respectful? It's very important. So because of love, men are sending women to early grave by infecting them with diseases. Let's talk about single women. You meet a man, you don't think about your health. You're happy to go down skin to skin with him, have sex with him. How sure are you that that man you're having sex with is not infected with one of them diseases out there? Or because you feel like, oh, you're attracted to him, he's good looking, then you should go down with him. Then after that few moments of whatever you're feeling, then your senses will come back. Because if you pick up one disease, it's going to stay. It's not going to end once the moment ends. You're going to live with it and find a way to cure it. That's if the disease is curable. So it's very important for us to always prioritize our health.
And finding out that they're HIV positive. And y'all keep making these
Y'all out here all on social media like this stuff a joke. Ain't no joke about this. Y'all on there bragging about who you sleeping with, who's sleeping with this person, and the shit ain't a joke. If you gonna watch her whole video, that's what she was basically stating, that you got a lot of people out here that's DL and they just going around sleeping with folks like it's a competition. Look, I'm over here in Memphis. Our STD rate is high as also that they reported. So Houston, Texas is not the only one having this problem. Y'all, this HIV is taking folks out every day. People catching HIV, and then make it so bad that you got kids in high school catching HIV. You ain't even get a chance to live life. If you're gonna do something, strap it up, use a condom, protect yourself. That one time that you strap it up can save your life.
I am begging you to put yourself first and be safe out here when HIV is at an all-time high. I know that there was a TikTok story of a nurse saying that she had a patient who just moved to Houston, and he's like, oh, I've been with all these DLs while their wives are away, while their girlfriends are away, and you know, this and that, whatever. And HIV is at an all-time high right now. Like, it is crazy what, you know, that we have to make these calls. And I could only imagine having to get that call. But people do not care. People don't, they play this as a joke, and it's not a fucking joke. We had a man come into the clinic, and he was an older gentleman. And as soon as he comes in, he's like just making jokes about the whole thing. Like, oh, I need an STI panel, blah, 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 this and that. And I asked him, you know, ID and insurance information. He's like, no insurance. It needs to be off the books. What do you mean it needs to be off the books? Like, who are you hiding from? Gets his stuff done, leaves, checks out. We have to collect payment. I ask him if he needs a receipt. He's like, no receipt. I don't need any proof. Who are you hiding this from? Granted, he did come out positive for something too, which I'm sure he's not going to go home and tell him because he doesn't want any proof, right? Absolutely fucking disgusting. Please use protection. Be celibate. Get some toys, okay? Because it's not safe out here right now. It's scary. It's scary what we're seeing in the clinics here. Because there's men like that who don't care about their own health and who think that, oh, I can just go pop into a clinic and get a shot and I'll be just fine. No. AIDS is a real fucking thing and it will kill you. So please be safe.
If you decide to have sex, use CD. Condoms are not even 100% protective. Some condoms do bust. I'm not in any way preaching abstinence, no. I know that a lot of women out there don't think about their health when it comes to their sexual relationship. Most of them are focused on that feeling they get that moment, how the man makes them feel, and then they lose their senses. They forget to check what they're supposed to check. They forget to ask the necessary questions. Is this man free from virus? Is he free from gonorrhea? Is he free from STIs? What is his HIV status? Am I going to jeopardize my health after this moment? Ask questions. If you love yourself, you will do everything to protect your health, everything to protect your peace of mind and happiness. So don't just hop into bed with any man without checking if he's HIV free, without using protection. And then when you use protection, you have to be mindful. Don't go there doing all them styles. You don't go there doing all them position, because I tell you, condom does bust. And there's some certain things you don't leave in the hands of a man. Make sure he wears it. Some people can be very deceptive. You would think they have it on, at some point they take it off. So you have to be very careful. You have to watch out for yourself. Do not hand your protection over to a man. I've seen some cases where couples get married without running the necessary test to check if that man has got STI, the man has got HIV. Do not let the word love or romantic love blind you. Don't do that. Love cannot put food on the table. Love cannot heal you when you fall sick. Love cannot rescue a relationship. So don't let anyone fool you. Don't be carried away by infatuation and lust. Oh, he looks gorgeous. I love his body. I love the way he makes me feel. Please don't let that hinder you from doing what is necessary. Before you get married to the person, you need to check. It's better you check and let it be that the person contracted the disease later on. It's very different. So you need to check and make sure that before you get married to him, he's free. I'm not saying that someone that has HIV cannot get married. Let it be your decision to be with a man that has HIV, not you being deceived by that man. So it's important for you to be in the know. You run the test, he's HIV positive, then you decide to be with him, as long as he's taking his medication. So that is a different topic, and I'm not going to go into that. So it's important for you to be in the know. It's important for you to be knowledgeable. It's important for you to be informed before you dive into something you have no idea of. So do not wait for the man to tell you, because some men will not tell you. So you insist and do what is supposed to be done by running the test.
Like, how is this even our life?
Life these days
She's supposed to be here right now.
looks a lot like reminiscing for sisters Tammy Hammonds and Karen Young.
I like that one too.
In 2017, doctors first diagnosed their mom, Denise Brody, with breast cancer. She went into remission, but 2 years later, the cancer came back, this time attacking her lungs.
The decline was so rapid.
After years of on and off hospital extended stays and chemotherapy, the cancer had cleared. But Denise somehow was still sick. The family had new doctors run new tests again for everything. Karen recalls doctors determining her 65-year-old mom was dying, but not from a malignant mass.
Then they end up calling us, telling us that she's not going to beat this. You need to take her off the ventilator, and she's not going to make it because she has HIV, she has AIDS.
Denise died April 2nd, 2022, and based off her blood work.
She was in full-blown AIDS after having untreated, undiagnosed HIV.
for at least 5 years.
The person who gave it to her was not unknown. Criminal records allege it was her husband, Cleveland Brody.
Mr. Brody, you are charged at this time with the sole count of reckless conduct, HIV-infected person. It is a felony charge. Would you like the court to read your warrant aloud?
The warrants read, this was no accident, instead intentional. Detectives claim medical files reveal Brody knew of his status since 2006. The charging documents cite Brody did endanger by consciously disregarding a substantial and unjustifiable risk that his act or omission of not telling his wife his status resulted in her death.
How long have you lived in Conyers?
10 years. Inside the courtroom on July 11th, Denise's entire family anxiously watched the bond hearing.
I am going to deny bond, finding you at risk of flight.
Outside the courtroom, they breathe a somber sigh of relief for a case that only came after the family's investigation led to Rockdale County Sheriff's Office doing its own.
I do not think my mother was the first.
As the hearing wrapped for one charge, prosecutors filed another. New warrants detail a second victim just accused the 61-year-old of not disclosing his status and having unprotected sex with her. What's more, the sheriff's office says investigators have reason to believe there are other victims.
It's not just about HIV alone. They have other sexually transmitted diseases. So don't just focus on HIV alone. Run tests for STIs, STDs and all that and protect yourself. There are some sexually transmitted diseases that can affect your womb, affect your fertility as a woman. So do not be loose with your health. Do not live a carefree life when it comes to your health. Health, they say, is wealth. In a case where you feel like you were exposed to STIs, STDs, you had sex with someone that has them, I don't think you should feel like it's the end of the world. All you have to do is to go to the hospital because they've got post-exposure prophylaxis for that. So you just have to go to the hospital and let the professionals do what they know how to do best. And you need to be given this medication within 24 hours to 72 hours of exposure. With HIV, you also need to do the same. In a nutshell, this is a message I'm trying to pass across. A lot of men out there are unpredictable. They've got evil intention. Not all of them, but a good number of them. If a man can be a user, if a man can be a cheat, if a man can be a woman beater, what makes you think that man cannot have disease and not tell you? What makes you think that man cannot have disease and intentionally go out there to infect people? What makes you think that man cannot have disease and want to knowingly infect you with that disease? The way you are actively protecting yourself from getting into a bad relationship, you should actively protect yourself from being infected by a man that has disease. And we've spoken about ways you can do that. And let me just give a quick summary. Make sure you're protected during sex. I'm not going to tell you how to live your sexual life. Some people enjoy one night stand. Do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. It's your cup of tea to drink. But make sure you protect yourself during sex. Don't just rely on condom alone. Condom can break. Condom can burst. Even when you use condom and you feel like there's a leakage after using it, after sex, you need to supervise the condom and make sure there was no leakage. If you're unsure if the condom busted or not, you can go for post-exposure prophylaxis just in case. You should also run the necessary tests before getting married to any man. While you're in the marriage, you shouldn't relax. You should watch out for your partner. I'm not saying you should start snooping around and accusing him and thinking he's a cheat. But if your man is a cheat, staying in that relationship is putting your life on the line, because if that man gets infected, he's going to bring it back home and you will be the next person to pick it up. So while in a marriage, don't relax. If you decide to stay with a cheating partner, you have to be very careful of diseases that he might pick from other people and pass on to you.
Today is 8 years since I got diagnosed with HIV, and look at me, I'm fine. I'm undetectable. I take a stupid pill every day. That's it. That doesn't affect me. I can't transmit this to anybody. That means without a condom. And I live a normal life. My immune system works just fine. My gosh, what else can I say? This is like a nothing. So all y'all who are freaking out about it. And yes, I have partners who are with me who do not care. I've had partners who are with me who do not care that I have HIV. Doesn't mean everybody can see past it, but literally it feels like something I had 8 years ago, and that was in the past. It's like something I had a long time ago and I don't have it anymore. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like, you know, when you had COVID and then you don't have it anymore. That's what this feels like. I don't feel like I have anything. It's like it was from the past. So hey, happy diagnosis day to me.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click this video to know how your man is making you ugly in marriage. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.